Piper, I'd like to ask you a question to start things off today. You experienced quite a lot in the last session. There is a mechanic that is available to you that I think is very appropriate right now. You have a lot of shadow points. Would you like to take a scar and to advance your shadow path to get rid of your current shadow points?
Yes, I would.
Okay. The way that scars work, just so you understand, it's essentially a permanent shadow point.
Okay.
And this is a scar that has affected you. There are ways to clear it. Ways that we probably won't experience in this campaign. It is possible. But I think after what happened, it feels appropriate to me.
I agree.
Your calling is that you are a wanderer, and your weakness is that there is no road home. What do you think the next step is on the shadow path for you? Give you some examples. We have if your shadow path was wandering madness, there's 4 sort of stops on your path, which would give you a flaw. In wandering madness, for example, the first one would be idle, the next one would be forgetful, the following would be uncaring, and the last would be cowardly.
Oh.
What flaw do we think you take here on your shadow path of no road home?
Are these flaws that are in the system? Is there like a massive list of system flaws?
You can look at page 140 in the book. That's where the shadow paths are for the normal shadow paths. You have created your own here.
Right.
And normally these escalate when your shadow matches your hope, and you can only reset it by having a bout of madness. But I feel like we've almost already had one in the last session, which is why I'm bringing this up.
I think so I think the first thing that comes to mind is, honestly, it's forgetful. Because it's this idea of there being no road home, forgetting the place where you come from, losing yourself as a result of that.
Okay.
So I think forgetful makes the most sense to me.
Very well. You can add that as a flaw. And flaws work much the way that the distinguishing features do. So there's a little section there. You have one that you've already given yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
But I can sort of tag in with your flaws to give you a penalty on your rolls.
Okay.
Sort of like a negative bonus whenever I feel like it's appropriate. So then.
Yeah, sounds good.
You can reset your shadow to 0.
All the way to 0?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
You are scarred. So.
Okay.
Then I think we start the session today. As you all are moving through this dense wood of the Trollshaws. Trying to find a good spot to rest.
Do you find a place on Darwin?
The east side, the terrain is too rough. I'll circle around and look back to the west.
Very well.
Or perhaps north of the river. I don't know. I need a little bit more time.
Understood.
What I did find though was a good little fishing spot we can use.
Well, I'm sure our hobbit friends will not say no to food. Eh?
No, never.
Oh, they could use it too.
For once, I feel like I could eat like a hobbit.
Hey.
How much food will you have to eat for you to eat like a hobbit?
All of it.
Oh.
Sounds about right. How are you doing, London?
Oh, I'm fine.
Doubt.
Everything heals. I'm fine.
Don't mind me, I'm just rubbing the stone here that's got an X scratched into it. My thinking stone. My doubting stone, you might see.
I'm probably very pale. I was thinking about this.
Oh, yeah.
And considering the injuries that I took, blood loss seemed to be the most likely culprit of how I got to the point I did. So, pallid is my color.
Why don't we do some rolls here? Let's fall into our normal roles that we have in the group for a journey as you look to find camp. I assume that Riold is the guide in this case.
Oh, aye.
Okay. Please make a travel roll for me, Riold.
Travel roll commencing.
Okay.
A weary failure.
Is this the following day after we've rested, or we're searching for a camp
You're
now
looking
while
for
exhausted?
camp right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay. And then, Rioth, please roll a d6.
1d6. I shall roll mediocre. Oh, nope, 1. Extreme.
Piper, are you still remaining as the scout?
Yeah.
Make an explorer roll, please. Toddles and Lawton, please make awareness rolls. And Anduin, please make a hunting roll, assuming you were all remaining in your same roles.
Yeah, for sure. I did have a question though, and I've not used this, but I've got a distinctive feature called Keen-Eyed. I don't know how that affects this sort of stuff. Right now I'm in a poor state, so I'm not really arguing for it, but I'm wondering if that is something that would be used in this situation, or I use an awareness roll, or is that for a different situation where I may roll for it? Because I know I'll get disadvantage for this, or ill-favored, or whatnot.
So
I also have keen-eyed, but I think it's specifically for like using the bow in...
the way that the distinguished features work is if you spend hope on yourself, you you can essentially get a 2 dice as bonus. For the roll.
Oh, well, it's a shame. I should have been using that.
With things that are related to that trait.
Right. Won't be using it right now, but I was curious. Thank you. Okay.
Sure.
Weary failure for me.
Okay.
Well, I have a great feat success. I don't think that means it's an extra one, though. I don't think I can cancel yours out.
It does. So
Okay.
this is kind of a group roll. There were 2 people that failed. We had Piper that failed and Launton. How would you like to spend your extra success?
Well, I think Launton is awareness as well, so it makes sense that I would just be walking with him and I'd look at something maybe, oh, look at that lovely flower. And it causes Launton to be like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
If you cancel out Launton's. Very well. Piper, please roll me a d12.
Okay. Five.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. You have some trouble finding a good spot to camp, Piper. I think as the rest of you begin to try and fall into your roles, you are sort of practiced at traveling together by this point. But Piper, you are understandably a little preoccupied. As you look for a good place to camp, you don't find anything ideal. You find something that is off of the road, but it is sort of uncomfortable. There's sort of a fair amount of rocks, and towards the north, you see a bit of ruins up on a hill. Old stone. There's evidence of some kind of old. Well, it must have been some kind of fortress or something. You can see that there is a watchtower that has been completely brought down to the ground. There's only the base that is left, and sort of sprawling stone debris where the tower fell. There is a series of windows that have sort of fallen along with the wall. It's overgrown with moss and age. And that's probably the best place that you can find right now. It is ruined. There isn't a roof, but it might break some of the wind. There's not really a close water source that you can tell. But it's the best that you've seen, and you're frankly very tired.
Okay. Yeah, I go back to everyone. I found a place to camp.
Strider moves up to the to your side and says, one of the many old fortresses here in lands of Rudoir. You will find many like that in this area. There is no water nearby. How is everyone's water skins?
I would love to roll for that one, considering the journey we've been on for the few days.
What do you think you'd like to roll?
How many days has it been since we were at Weathertop?
Oh, probably 3.
3 days. Okay.
I would like to roll a 1d4, 1 for empty, and then like a 2 for the third, 3 for 2/3, and it wouldn't make any sense to be full, so I don't know.
So then you want to roll a d3?
Yeah. 1d3 with 3 being the 2/3 full.
I like that. I'll do that too.
All right.
Yeah.
It should probably still be a 1d4 because you may roll a 1, which
Yeah,
just means
'cause
it's
the
empty.
Yeah,
Oh,
probability.
okay.
Probably should
It
have
could
done
be
the 1d4.
empty, 25, 50, or 75.
That's really unfortunate because I got maximum there.
Mine is empty.
Oh, you were running a lot, weren't you?
I was on foot quite a bit.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Question. Do we have hobbit-sized water skins?
Does it come
So
in
do we
pints?
So that I'll leave up to you. Primarily because I think most of the places you would buy would have regular ones, but it'd also be a lot more
Right.
to carry. You know, it's just a heavier thing that you have to carry.
Yeah, I'd say I've got a smaller one. I'd say for our size, this is a good pull from the skin, but for a human, it would be a mouthful, if that. So yeah, at 2 where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll also have a smaller one.
Mine's 25%.
Yeah. Not a lot, Mr. Strider. Not a lot.
That is something to concern yourselves about. We have traveled far. It is important to make sure that we drink whenever we can.
Good news. I caught fish.
Ooh! I'll get to cooking it right away.
Were those
Bad
fish
news.
in water by any chance?
Well, yes, I was getting to that. Bad news. The water that I caught the fish from is salty.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
Right.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's not good for drinking. I
We shouldn't.
tried. I was
that
quite
right.
thirsty. I can feel my throat getting dry already.
Well, I have a lot left in mine. It's almost still full.
Okay. Strider, do you know of any water near here that is not salted?
We will find errant ponds and such, and there may be some small streams that we may pass throughout the Trollshaws. But there are other things that we must concern ourselves with.
Right.
For now, I think the most urgent thing is that we must rest.
Yes,
I know
I am.
you are all weary.
I
Yeah.
try to turn my mind to other matters, yes, but my legs will give out soon, regardless whether I think about them or not.
The horses struggle as well. We will rest here for the night. For the day, rather. Strider sort of looks up. Day has sort of sprung upon you.
That sounds good to me. And the sooner the better.
After a journey as arduous as ours, I am quite confident I can sleep even under the full light of the sun.
Yes. We should do well to hide ourselves.
How far
Yes.
away is this ruins?
So there's probably a bit of a switchback
Okay.
leading up to the ruins. There's a fair amount of hills here, and it's a very forested area, thick, dense forest, and it is well covered in varieties of different kinds of trees. The road has been left long behind you. Strider
Okay.
has recommended that you stay away from the road, and has advised you that the Trollshaws are far from safe, but you need rest, and it will be difficult to travel through the Trollshaws no matter what.
Okay. I think that as soon as we, I mean, if we're essentially just walking towards it, and if we are there at this point, because I was assuming that we'd essentially just sort of talked as we were walking towards these ruins. I'm not quite sure how I'm riding or walking with anyone, but as soon as we get there, I think I grab whatever is akin to a bedroll that I can grab immediately and just put it down. Like, I'm not wasting any time. As soon as I do this achy groan as I get low to the ground and sort of slowly walk hands and knees out to lay down gingerly and immediately just pass out.
Oh. Loremaster,
Yes.
Launton was shot by a black arrow, aye?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means that he doesn't look so good.
Okay.
Mechanically,
Oh, sorry,
there
go
are
ahead.
some other bits, but
Because I know what it means in the books, but I wasn't sure.
Launton would definitely not look fantastic. That would be something that Toddles has noticed for sure.
All right. We should keep watching over young Master Launton. I fear he's not out of the woods yet.
Perhaps I can take a look. I was wielding one of their poison spears for some time. I've seen what it does now.
I think.
Loremaster,
Never mind.
given that I've been using one, or I had been for a long time on this journey, using a poisoned spear stolen from the orcs, can I compare Launton's wound and see if it's the same kind of poison? Does it look like the same coloration, veins, etc.?
It certainly does. Mechanically, this poison, if Launton had taken a wound, it would immediately be escalated, which is what did happen in the previous session, and Coddles was able to help Launton stave off death. However, Launton does not look good still, and will definitely require some more tending.
Okay, is that something I can do now while he's relaxing?
You can certainly try.
Okay,
Now,
I will definitely fucking do that, sorry.
Coddles.
Yep.
You have to get rid of the poison.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll my medicine, and I have a bonus die from my item. Tell you what, I'll use a hope as well.
Oh.
Good thing I did.
That is an extra success that you have on that. How would you like to spend your extra success?
Getting the poison out.
Okay. So
If I can, yeah.
we have our list of special successes. How would you like to go about doing that? What do you think you use here?
Well, I don't really know too much about the type of poison that it is. And I actually don't know how I would go about doing that, because it's probably in him already and moving around. It's not like it's a venom of a snake where you can, you know, kind of draw it out. But I imagine that I kind of have to, maybe I get him to sweat it out. I cover him in as much like blankets as I can, and I think that means I don't really sleep that well, because I'm watching him, unless somebody would like to take turns with me, keeping an eye on him.
With you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just watching him and making sure, and you know, I use what knowledge I have. I take information from both Rioth and Anduin, and yeah, I don't really know much personally. PB doesn't know much about this poison specifically, so if anybody wants to jump in and aid, I think Toddles might know what to do, but I don't.
This is nasty business.
What is it?
It is the poison from a black arrow. We're lucky that young Master Launton here is built of hobbit stock and not that of man, because I have seen greater men fall.
I don't know about that. Launton's pretty great.
In stature.
Oh, right.
In stature, not of heart.
Well,
Maybe it's his heart.
what should I do? All I can do is flush it out and you know, clean it, and I hope that he.
I would say
It is too late to remedy it from the start. It is similar to the orc poison used by the Gundabad orcs near my home. Our usual answer was drink lots of water and sweat it out, as you suggested already. Keep them in a hot room under blankets, but the extra water is key to this process, and since we do not have excess water for him to drink,
Okay.
I do not know that will work.
Well, he can have mine.
Unless I can go to the river and perhaps try to boil the salt from it. But even still, that is a long and slow process. And do we even have cooking pans? I know you threw many things at the pursuers, our bedrolls and cooking pans.
Of course I do. I do have. Surely I have something, a pan of some sort.
I can go back to the fishing hole and boil some water and give him the excess to drink,
Alright.
and hopefully plunge this poison from him.
That's a good
You
idea.
still have
Okay.
your honey,
Thank
do you?
I do.
We have
I will
any spare
take-
cloth for bandages,
You want me to
I will
apply the honey before we flush the wound, or after?
After.
Okay. All right.
Master and Darwin.
I will take this pot
Okay.
and go to the river. I'll be back. It is 30 minutes at least for me to get there and get the water and get back. It's not a short walk, so
I appreciate it, Anduin.
I will be back.
Be safe.
I'll start a fire. Get him close to it so that it's extra heat.
That would be good. Thank you.
We'll need to bury the fire. I will show you how.
All right.
Hang in there, Launton. I've got you.
As you begin to build the fire, which I don't know if you are actually aware of this, but there's a way you can build a fire, kind of like dig a hole and kind of make a hole for the fire in a way so that it will really not produce very much smoke. Strider sort of helps you through that process. As you're doing this, Piper, you'll notice many times that Strider glances over towards you. He's been staying reasonably close ever since the chase. How do you feel?
Do you think I'm a danger to them? Oh, sorry.
How do you feel?
Fine. I feel fine. Tired.
What happened to you back there?
I put my hand on the scabbard of Apple. My blade was cursed as well. I believe part of the curse resides in it. I cannot touch it. Or at least I haven't. I had and it went wrong, and so I swore not to do it. But back there, London was hurt. And everything was dangerous. And I thought maybe we weren't gonna make it out. So I thought perhaps I could be of use.
I am sorry I was not able to protect you.
No. No, don't do that. It's a lot for one man. Do you really think that they can do something about this in Rivendell?
I do not know.
If they can't do anything about it, we make sure they're okay. Make sure they get home. Take care of them. I know that you have other things to do, but could I impose upon you?
I will do my best.
Thank you, Mr. Strider.
You're most welcome. I fear this journey through the Trollshaws may yet further test us. We must not draw that sword.
I won't.
Strider puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I will try my best. I will keep watch. For now. You should get some rest.
Okay. I get up and I guess I lay down, but I'm not sleeping. I have an eye on Lawton.
A half hour, an hour passes. Anduin returns. Are the rest of you asleep when Anduin returns?
I think I would be asleep, but alert. I in this journey, my sleeping position is kind of just sitting down with my legs as crossed as a dwarf's legs could be, so feet touching, I suppose. Arms crossed, head down, but, you know, the slightest rustle and I think I'd be up, a short sleeper.
Toddles, what about you?
If I'm taking the first shift, then yeah, I think I'll be up. And let Piper sleep, and we'll switch. Unless you wanted to take the first sleep, Piper. I feel like you might be a little bit more exhausted than I am. So
yeah.
sleep first. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I think I would try to avoid making too much noise to disturb people who are resting, but ultimately my efforts to be quiet are probably useless, as I am incredibly fatigued looking at my both my character sheet, like the fatigue number is starting to get out of control, but also just the story so far. I was on foot for the beginning of this chase, like sprinting, and my legs are shot at this point. I just come stumbling into the camp with the water and just immediately plop down next to the fire and hold the pot over it, waiting for the water to boil.
I'll watch pot and all that.
I will hold it without watching it then.
You know, we can prop it up using like something else so that you don't have to hold it.
Sure, if you have something to
prop
it
yeah.
with.
And I'll get, you know, something out, and I've done this a million times before, so I'll set it up. There you are.
It's a shame the pot is not so big, but this should be
It'll be enough.
enough for Lawton, perhaps. Not much to share for the rest of us.
No. That's alright. He needs it the most. Are you okay?
There we go. Me?
Yeah. Do you need to be looked at or anything, or tended to?
I think I've nothing that a good night's rest won't solve. And a few cuts and bruises where the goblins hit me a few times, but it's nothing I've not felt before.
Did you see that?
Did I see what?
Piper on the field there.
I'm sorry, I have not been as alert as usual. I did not.
No, in the fight, you didn't.
Oh. Well, that I saw. At first I thought it was her connection with me, perhaps letting out perhaps a more feral side of her, as my people sometimes do, but And when my people strike out, it is like a wild wolf. What overcame her was darker.
Is it part of the curse or something else?
I wish I could say. I would guess as much, but my people have endured this curse for generations, but it has never affected us the way it affects her. Perhaps it's different with outsiders to my tribe. For us, the curse simply meant cowardice and temptation. The tendency to let our worst nature take control. But with her, perhaps that is her worst nature. Perhaps a more violent side of her that you would never have seen back in the Shire. My people are no stranger to violence, so for us it is nothing out of the ordinary. We have fought many times. But you Shire folk are different. As maybe never having been in a war before, curse is drawing out some nature of hers that you have never seen. Or polluting her nature. I do not think she is violent, but I think the curse does perhaps affect her that way. I do not know. I wish I had a better answer for you, but we are plumbing the depths of things I have never seen.
I have to think our nature is shaped by our environment. I've seen Lawton and I get... I'm more violent. And I'm not cursed. I think it's just the world around us that shapes us that way. It's what we have to deal with out here. And so we do. But I don't know where it starts with Piper and where the curse takes over. I don't know what part of that is whatever this is, and I don't know what that is. I've never seen poison like that before. And I gesture to Lawton. Is he going to be all right?
If it did not kill him already, then yes, he should be okay.
I need you to tell me the truth, Anduin. Am I going to lose them both? Because I think I need to know now.
I have already spoken the truth. If it did not kill him right away, then he will likely live. My tribe has lost people to orc poison before, and it acts very quickly. The worst of it is done immediately. He's probably past the worst of it, but he still needs to rest to recover.
Okay.
As for
we
Piper,
are different.
As for Piper, I will not lie to you. I do not know. I think she suffers a poison of a different sort now, one that infects her soul rather than her body. And it will be up to her strength of character to resist it.
Ha, well, she's got enough for 4 protagonists in a novel. So, she'll be fine.
This is good. Hopefully she proves stronger than my fathers have.
Oh, she will.
Hopefully
You're right.
I will.
We are different. But Lawton and Piper, they're the best in the whole Shire. They'll be okay.
I believe you. Are you still going to be awake for a little while?
Yeah. You rest, I'll watch the pot.
Because I fear I will fall asleep standing up soon if I do not rest.
Sit. Here, do you want some pocket cheese?
I ate plenty of fish
Well, fish is really good with cheese.
You're probably right.
Here,
But-
eat some. And I fully expect to see him like sit down and fall asleep before he's even had the cheese because he's so tired.
I manage one small nibble before I
Mhm.
just curl up by the fire and pass out.
Strider will probably come on by just to check and make sure Anduin returned all right.
Oh yeah.
And he'll see you sort of administering to Launton Toddles.
Hello, Mr. Strider. You need anything like food, pocket cheese? Very
Yeah.
good.
There are many things in this world that I look forward to. And that cheese sounds delightful right now.
Oh, it's the best to look forward to, I tell ya. And I'm digging through my pockets to get some cheese, and then I'll get out some honey.
Oh, all right. All right. Try not to wake everyone.
Okay, sorry. Here, you need to try the cheese with the honey. It's very good. It's very good.
I believe you.
People keep saying that.
It is good.
Told ya.
Are you all right?
I think so. Yes. Now tell me you believe me. I'm all
Believe you.
right. I'm all right.
It is important that you rest as well.
Oh, I will. I'm just the first shift.
I will be the first shift.
Are you sure?
Yes. I am much more accustomed to this way of living.
Okay, well, but you have to change the cloth in about 20 minutes, and then you have to make sure that you're re-putting it in the boiling water and having him sip it once it's cooled. But you have to let it cool for probably another 45 minutes before you start administering that. And in the meantime, you can give him stuff out of my canteen. We're trying to get him to sweat out whatever this is.
It
Can you do
is-
that?
Yes. Normally, such a wound would be quite fatal. You are a most skilled healer.
I believe you.
There are many amongst the elves and the peoples of Gondor that would sing your praises.
I think it's this herb. We got some for Piper's birthday. From her youth.
This is... Yes. You would know this as King's Foil. It is an old remedy, but a good one.
Good. Well, I'll sleep now. Enjoy the pocket cheese. And don't forget, 20 minutes.
20 minutes. And then 45.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Strider.
Rest. And know that a ranger watches over you this night. So you rest. Those of you that think that you do. And those that think that you don't, do not. Strider will watch over you regardless. And change, bandage. Check on Lawton periodically. You rest. This is a full rest. Your endurance is returned.
Oh boy.
And I believe your hope is based off of your, recover all lost endurance points. If you are wounded, then you regain only your strength score.
Oh.
Oh, I think I'm wounded, no, so I don't get my endurance back.
Correct.
Are you still wounded when I do the healing and succeed? Okay, so it doesn't remove the wound itself.
That's
Okay,
what
it just lowers the time. Yeah, okay. Am I able to, like, do another healing roll each night?
You are.
Okay, so can we say that I would have also tended to Ryuth? I can try
Sure.
to roll healing for you. See if I, success, so
Okay.
less than
Another
it.
one more day has been reduced.
Okay,
So I've gone from 3 days now to 2, I believe.
yeah, okay. And then would I do another one for Lawton?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Is anybody else wounded? Ah.
Okay. Lawton, yours goes down by 2 days. I don't think anyone else was wounded.
No,
It
I don't
was
think so.
Rioth and Lawton. Regardless, Strider takes the first watch and will probably also take the second watch.
I would get up and try at least for the second watch. I'd like him to rest. I'm full endurance. I didn't get hit at all. So I feel like I'm just weathering it better maybe because I have to.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Make a roll for this because Strider knows how tired you all are and is by far the most accustomed to this.
Can I do a courtesy roll?
Sure. Okay. I will say that you all clear. Sorry, I gotta do a little bit of math. 1 fatigue.
Sorry, did you say we're removing or adding fatigue?
Removing one
Removing.
fatigue. Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And
Everyone else is worried about Shadow score, and I'm over here eyeballing my fatigue counter going, getting out of control.
So you will wake up then, Toddles.
Okay, and
You
I'll
see
take the
Strider.
second watch.
Yeah, you can see Strider is kind of like hidden behind some of the ruins of this fallen tower. There's like a there's probably like a ledge that's built up on some debris that oversees part of the I imagine it's a like a cliff here that is looking down over like a small valley, and you make your way up to him.
Well, it's my turn.
Very well.
Rest well. Do you have any of that pocket cheese left over?
I was saving it.
Oh. You might be a hobbit after all, Mr. Strider.
I just know that when you are able on the road, it is important to keep your strength up. Whenever you can. Eating all of your food at once is a quick way to a stomachache.
I think that's how I live my whole life. Until this.
A series of stomach aches.
Yeah. Either because I haven't eaten enough or maybe I've eaten a little too much. I haven't found the middle ground yet, if I'm honest. That'll be the name of my book. A series of stomach aches by Threadgoode. That's right.
There's a small belly laugh that comes from Strider. And it is a good book. I would read.
And it'll have a happy ending. Mark my words.
I'm sure it will. We are all exhausted, and I am no exception. I will sleep well.
Rest well.
This forest, the Trollshaws. I must warn you on what to look out for.
Oh. Okay. I won't blink. What am I looking for? I just blinked. Damn it. I did it again.
The forest here is not home only to creatures that you might expect from a forest. There are...
Okay.
There are evil creatures here. And men. He looks over towards where Anduin sleeps, and he says, Anduin's people, the Beornings, they are not the only ones that have, well, histories with being able to, how shall I phrase this?
My
Some
hand
amongst
moves
them-
unconsciously to my pocket, protecting my pocket cheese.
They are not the only ones that are able to. It is only rumor, you understand, but they are not the only ones that are rumored to change their shape.
Whoa! There are men here.
as the Guardane. Means wolfmen.
Whoa, okay.
They are primitive. They are savage. I have not seen one for some time, but they are rumored to live here. Some of them, at least. They were once people from Arnor.
Well, I appreciate you telling me this now after I've already had my sleep time with the dreaming and the like.
They are servants of Angmar.
Okay. What am I listening for? Just a wolf sound?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not scared.
I did not suggest you were.
You were supposed to say I believe you, and then it would become real. Because I'm a little scared, if I'm honest.
Toddles. Mistress Threadgoode.
Oh,
I have seen you fire an arrow from horseback, taking down warg riders. The Strider will sort of kneel down and put two hands on your shoulders, look you in the eye. I have seen you save your friends. Time and time again, in the short time that I have known you. You are trustworthy. You are fierce. Do not doubt the sharpness of your arrows. For even an elf would praise your marksmanship.
I think I opened my mouth to shout something to the void, the nature, and to be like, I see that, I'm not afraid of you, but I would want to say that I start to do that and I'm losing myself and Strider notices and maybe stops me from doing said thing. But I don't know if he actually would. Okay. You hear that? That's Mistress Threadgoode! That's right!
No.
Oh.
No.
Right. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Everything's fine. Go back to sleep. If you can. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Good night, Mistress Threadgoode.
Good night.
Is that Mistress Threadgoode, was it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Good night.
I didn't realize we were handing out new titles today.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Still got a lot of work to do before you catch up with me, though.
Okay. Good
Need
night.
to have
Grand
at least
Mistress Threadgoode.
needs to have 20 words long. Anduin of the river of the House of Bayorn of the tribe of the West Watch.
Come now, everyone. Back to sleep. We have a warg slayer watching over us. Strider will put a pat your shoulder as he goes to find the comfiest spot that he can to rest.
Sorry, I need a minute to recover.
The night inches closer. Day passes. Afternoon passes. Mid-afternoon, before people begin to stir. Toddles, nothing out of the ordinary happens on your watch. As everyone slowly begins to wake.
Good morning, afternoon, evening.
Good day,
Impending. Good day, that works.
Mistress
Much easier.
Threadgoode.
Yes, that's right. Not a single wereman decided to come and bother us. Mostly because I was keeping watch, I think. And I ate all my pocket cheese, so
If you do see
man.
if you do see any weremen, make sure it's not my kin.
I don't know how I would do that.
It is a jest. Very few of my kin can actually do that.
But
Oh.
if they could, what would we have to do?
Not none?
They're religious.
What? I said, no, not none. I said,
Oh.
if we do encounter one of your kin who turn to wolves, what do? Run? Conversate?
I mean, my kin would not attack you unprovoked, but also if they were here on the west side of the mountains, then something is probably wrong. They would not normally patrol this far.
Oh, London, how are you feeling?
That's a wonderful question. Not great is the best answer I can give you.
Okay.
I'm
But
okay.
you're still feeling.
Yes.
So that's a
still
plus.
feeling. Yeah. I see you threw every blanket you had on me.
I did, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Would you like me to remove some?
no,
Or are you
no.
feeling quite cozy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So what is our plan?
Well,
Aye, what is
with
our
our
plan?
immediate danger past, our plan is walk to the east and cover as much ground as we can.
Upon hearing the word walk, I look for Rusty real quick because I need to make sure that he is okay and that, he is fed and watered and all that too.
Sure. And tend to the horses. You can see that they were very tired. There's probably a few like cramps here and there. You can see them sort of shaking out legs and such.
Rusty was a fine steed. Many of the horses here in the west have trouble bearing my people due to our size. Rusty kept up, though.
Aye,
That's a good horse.
damn sure. It's a dwarf-bearing horse, Rusty. And I slap Rusty's flank proudly.
Bears both dwarfs and bear men.
For damn sure.
Perhaps, if we reach close to the mountains. It's been many years since I've gone home, but I could perhaps visit my kin and get one of their Jornhesker, Iron Hills horses from the east. They grow quite much larger than the horses in the west, and bear my people with ease. It would make my journey much easier.
Until then, I suppose you're, hoofing it.
Well, I can feel my legs again today, so that's a good start. Where's Strider?
See, Strider is probably just sort of like leaned up against one of the ruin walls. Head is just kind of slightly pointed down.
I assume he stayed up keeping watch. Rangers need sleep too. Leave him be for a little bit. All right. I can try to make one more trip to the fishing hole, perhaps.
What do
Boil
you
one
think
more.
is better? Murderer, slayer, killer. Like if I were to say I'm Toddles Threadgoode, Warg Slayer is probably better,
Like-
right?
I
How
think
about
we can
life
safely.
taker?
I think we can go ahead and safely rule out murderer.
Life
Doesn't
taker.
quite have the best ring to it.
No,
Warg
none of
Slayer
those.
sounds pretty good.
Needler.
Warg Murderer wouldn't sound great either.
No.
Okay.
Warg
don't need it.
snuffer.
You don't need to tie your name
No, because
for
Snuffer
a
sounds
few
too
days
close
of
to
action.
Sniffer.
No.
Right.
You're more.
Yeah, I
you're more
wouldn't
than
want
that.
that.
No.
Confused.
That's
I'm
how
more than what?
songs are made, Mr.
Well, but I
Lawton.
mean, like, Mr. Launton, if I were to do, instead of Miss Threadgoode, if I wanted to do a whole title like Anduin's got, then Warg Slayer might be something that I would include in my title.
Do you want
Keeperess
that?
of bees.
Beekeeper?
Do you want that?
Keeperess.
I don't know. I'll think on it some more. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I believe it's the same as any old title. You don't have to keep it or use it. It's like that barrel rider from the Shire, you know? Regardless.
Barrel Rider.
You could make your title sound even fancier. Use words from my people's tongue.
Ooh, like what?
Nothing fancier than foreign words, yes? Well,
So fancy, as
warg-
long as you know how to use them. Otherwise, you just end up
well.
sounding like an idiot.
Warg Slayer in my language would be Valderbonny. Bonnie being Slayer.
Valderbonny? Are you kidding me? Toddles Threadgoode, Valderbonny? That sounds great!
Huh.
Sounds like kind of rabbit.
I
What is
sound
striking?
amazing!
You woke up Strider.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Our hobbits-
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
Our resident hobbits marksman is excited again, that is all.
So sorry. Sorry.
I still like keeperess of bees.
Yeah, I think that's a good
That's
one.
a title.
Well, yeah,
When-
all of them. You get all of them at once, right? You just add them on. You don't have to pick.
Or you use them when you need.
Strider,
Right. So when you're at the market.
Strider is gonna just kind of stand up and he drinks some water and maybe splashes some on his face. Just in the background.
Right, so when you're at the market, then you say, hello, I'm Mistress Threadgoode, keeperess of bees. And then
Yeah.
when you're murdering people, then you say, I am Mistress Threadgoode, Walter
Bunny.
Bunny.
Say it the right way, and even my kin will recognize it if you say it. Valdir. It is. Valdir is wolf. What we call
Wait,
the
I don't-
wargs.
Well,
And
I
then-
don't want to be a wolf. I want to be a bear like you.
Well, it is wolf slayer. Warg
Oh,
slayer. In my
okay,
tongue,
all
it is
right.
this.
All right.
It is the same word to my people, but Valdir is wolf and Bonnie is bane or slayer. Valdir
I like
Bonnie.
that. Valdir Bonnie.
If you ever encounter my people and I am not there, you could claim title of Valdir Bonnie and they would respect it. Because how else would you know the word except from one of ours?
Speaking on that. I meant to speak with you yesterday, but time slipped away from us, Andor.
Yes.
I suppose it is good to speak to the rest of you as well. Especially since night is approaching once again. I recommend that we stay here for the night before we set out. This will mean that it will take us longer to reach Rivendell. However, I believe it to be the safer option.
We could stay here tonight, yes, although I have now slept most of the day. Unlikely I will sleep tonight. I don't think I can go back to sleep. My mind races with other things. But I can spend some time boiling more water, perhaps, since we need it.
Yes. I must warn you all that this place is the Trollshaws. They are far from safe. I mentioned this to Toddles before we rested, but I thought it would be especially important.
Oh dear, Bonnie. Sorry.
I thought this would
Loremaster.
Yes.
Sorry, I was going to ask if I may, since I have passed through this area and I have a pretty high score in lore, I'd like to roll to know where he's about to go with this.
Yes.
If I may. Just barely.
Okay.
Even with the miserable, I still beat it. Oh, wait. We also need to hand out our hope points in a second, but I did succeed the roll regardless.
Oh.
Yeah, so think on your fellowship while I'm doing this, but yes, Anduin, I think you have a vague sense of what Strider is about to mention.
Mm-hmm.
There are others that are like the Bayonings. Do you know of them?
I believe I do. I have heard tale of our ancient kin that ventured west long ago, and we lost contact. We've not heard from them in many years. Some of my kin that hold the top of the mountain have said that rumors to the west, but met them, no, I never have. I avoided the Trollshaws on my way in.
That is wise. But for now, it is one of the safer places that we can be. Going back to the road might very well allow our enemies to spot us with ease.
I've had enough of being harried along the road. Would do best to keep our presence quiet.
Yes.
So stop shouting from the rooftops about how I'm Right, got it. I can do that.
It would certainly help.
Well, you never know. Maybe they'll be intimidated and they won't even come near.
One can hope. When I took the high pass and crossed here 6 years ago, I went south around the Trollshaws instead of into them because I was traveling alone. And I have heard the dangers within. But we are 6. Hopefully we can take on whatever lurks here.
Yes, we can.
I'm a little stiff after that run yesterday, however. I will do my best.
You are
As
a little
always.
bit... You are a little bit stiff, and you also still have a giant spear wound in your side, Rioth.
Oh, that's
Cool.
nothing for a dwarf.
Aye. Just some makeup from the courtesy of an orc.
I suppose. But we would still do best not to fight until everyone is at full strength again if we can help it.
Right.
Since I have already rested and I don't think I can go back to sleep anyway, I will make a few trips to the fishing hole and try to boil as much water as I can, because I don't think there's any clear water here, is there, Strider?
Not nearby.
I'll help.
Very good. Perhaps you could tend to the water after I bring it back and load it into pour it into water skins as I go back with a different pot. We'll make as many trips as we can.
Of course. Of course.
I would suggest that you do not make such trips at nightfall.
I could wait till morning, but that would mean many hours of me sitting here doing nothing.
If this watering hole is 30 minutes, you might be able to make 2 trips.
It took me about 15 minutes to get there and 15 back, so... Pretty much, yes.
Very well.
If there is something out there that worries you, I will see it before it sees me.
Your kin. I would not call them your kin anymore. I do not know everything about them, but I have heard tale from the elves of Rivendell and other of my kind. The Guardane, the Wolfmen.
How strange. A nickname given to me long ago turns out to be the name of our enemies.
They were people of Arnor. They were driven out by the Numenorians in the Second Age.
How many years ago was this?
Many,
More than 500?
yes.
Perhaps not my kin after all, then. The shape changers who headed west from my tribe did so about 600 years ago. Over the mountains, never to be seen again. Perhaps related here, perhaps not.
There are some that reside here in the Trollshaws, and others that lie yet further north, the southern Forodwaith. They are nomadic hunters and trappers, and unlike what I have seen from you in the Beonings, they have a much more worshipful view of wolves, and they are cannibals.
There is a word I did not expect to hear you say. No, my tribe never eats the flesh of other men, even when in the guise of a bear, or a wolf, or anything else. But I will be careful.
We should all be careful. If they are as large as you, then I think they may well be quite ferocious. I have only seen them a few times, and I have never seen one turn into a wolf. But they are feared. We should be cautious.
Just who should fear. They would turn into a wolf. We have Valdir Bani. Wolf Slayer is with us. Let them.
Aye.
That's right! You have nothing to fear with this hobbit with you. That's not as good as seeing dwarf. But that's alright. I'll work on it. I'll workshop it.
Aye. So how best now do we proceed towards Rivendell then?
We will travel through the Trollshaws. It is not safe, but I think it will be harder for the enemy to find us.
One enemy, I suppose. A name like Trollshaws, I feel indicates perhaps something we may already have experience with. Something not particularly fond of dwarves.
Yes, amongst many things, there are trolls that live in this place.
No, not again.
I was a troll once.
Aye, that
Yeah,
you
you
were.
know.
Sorry, did you just... I'm something of a troll myself.
I'm something of a
Yes.
troll myself.
She speaks the truth.
That's true.
Gandalf's
it's
magics
true.
gave her the
That's
guise
right.
of a troll.
I know.
Well, the voice of one. I didn't look like one, but I sounded like one. Was all.
Yeah. You're trying to trick him,
Roar.
and yeah, she did a
I'm
really
a
good job.
troll.
Really good
Well,
job.
Thanks.
should we encounter trolls, Rioth and I have already slain more than one, but if they hunt in packs here, that could be very much a problem.
Aye.
There are, of course, goblins that make their way down into the Trollshaws sometimes, and other creatures. But when I spoke upon the enemy, I must make clear to whom I speak of. You have an idea of this now, Piper. And from what you have said, Anduin, I think you know of which I speak. The great eye has seen us. We must remain out of sight as much as we can. Or far worse things will find us.
If I may, Mr. Strider, how best do you suggest we do such a thing with horses?
We will move slowly and carefully.
Aye. All right then.
Slowly sounds good. Really good.
Through our care, we will endeavor to move quicker, by being patient, and choose the right paths. He looks towards Piper. And he says, "Do not draw your sword.
I won't.
Aye. A good show once that was, but perhaps it's for the best, aye?
I look over at the three of them with a blank, not understanding look on my face.
I think if I catch his eye, I kind of recoil to the look. Confused and ashamed. It's a strange emotion.
and we take care. I fear the Trollshaws hold a dark secret. There are rumors amongst my people. Dreams. I have seen something here. I think something very ancient lives here. Something that will. Something that will find us. We must take care. For now, we prepare. Find water, food, and any other supplies we may need. Kindling. And any herbs that you can before dark. We'll set out at first light.
Okay.
Very well. I would like to look for kindling. However, the first thought that comes to mind is to strip the bark off trees. However, doing so would most likely alert the orcs of our position. So I look for small twigs and dry rushes on the ground, and I'd try and collect it into my travel sack. That is all I can do, really, I think.
Very well. What are the rest of you doing, aside from Anduin refilling water?
Well, I'm going through the list of what Mr. Strider just asked us to do. So somebody needs to be doing like some rolling, right? Like gathering and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do
we
have
have
you
before-
decided? Have you decided on your fellowship points?
Yes,
That's right.
Yeah,
exactly
we
that.
should do that as well. Okay.
I need at
I-
least 2 myself, if possible.
I'm 9 out of 11 myself, so I need, I don't know, just maybe, well, my shadow's 9. My hope is 9 as well, so
Oh,
I'm
you
on the
should have
cusp
some.
here.
Yeah.
I
don't need
I'm
any.
I'm at 10 out of 17, and I'm usually the battery, so I'll take whatever's left.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
2
at-
out of 17.
Perhaps
oh Lord.
we should.
Okay.
Perhaps we should once again simply type the number into the game chat to see it all at a
Right.
glance.
Oh, sorry.
I am at 3 out of 9,
Oh,
but
Lord,
my shadow
okay.
is also 3, so I'm currently miserable. I need at least 1 to get out
Oh,
of.
y'all should just split it, the 3 of you.
Well, mine needs at least 1, right?
I
Potentially.
need at least 1. I don't need 2. I just won't spend any hope once I get it. Same with Darwin, I suppose. I'll take just the 1, and then we have 7 left for you two to split it between each other.
Trust me, you 3 need to split it. I'll
Aye.
be fine.
Aye.
I feel like
I'll
y-
take 1, and then they can split the 7 between them, like 3 each and 4 for 1.
No, take
No,
take
I think
2.
all 3
take
of you
2,
should
so it's
split it
3 and
equally.
3.
Yeah, 3 and
As
3.
best we can. You take 2, and then we'll take
Okay.
3.
I don't need any. I'll be fine.
I would take 2, 3 if we can manage it, but 2 is all I need, so I am no longer miserable, and I want the extra 1 spare in case I have to invoke my magic again. It costs me hope every time I do it.
Yeah.
Thracia.
And
Yeah.
that is not something you can just give me a point on. I have to use my own.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
take
no,
it.
I think
I'll be
3
okay.
for both of us, yeah.
Both of us is me and you, or is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you and I 3, and then Rioth gets 2. That puts
Having
us at
scars
the
is
8.
great. You get no shadow.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
How does it feel, Piper? How does it feel being scarred for life?
When your hands are blackened.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, it's so cool.
Which I would say at some point I'd look over and notice that as well. Wonder why you haven't
Are they-
cleaned your hands.
They're permanently black, right?
So they look stained as opposed to
Like ink.
yeah.
Been playing
Yeah,
with coal.
yeah. Incredible.
It's not quite barbecue season anymore. In fact, what day is it, Loremaster?
So it's in you'd be in the fall now.
Oh. What day exactly? Because I do have a birthday coming up.
That's a good question. I'll have to get the exact day for you. I don't have that handy. I'll have to do a little bit of figuring on it. So I don't have that handy at the moment.
Very well.
All right. So, Anduin is going to get water. You split your fellowship points. What is everybody else doing?
I would be doing awareness if I can, if we've got somebody doing foraging. Do we even need awareness? Or is awareness looking out for berries and stuff? What is that?
So awareness is more along the lines of looking for imminent danger.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that.
Okay. You can you can be on lookout duty if you'd like.
Yeah, okay.
Is anybody doing any foraging?
Whoop.
I
I'm-
can.
Starving to death in my mind, so I'm distracted.
I can do
go
some
ahead.
foraging. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I interrupted you.
What role would that be?
That will be. I will
Scan?
take a scan. I will take a. I think scan
Athletics?
I think scan is the
Scanning.
most appropriate here.
Okay. Oh, no.
Okay.
I think I would like to do one of the two as well. What did you do, Tottles? What were you rolling for?
Awareness, and I
Shouldn't you be
failed.
laying down?
Me?
I'm sitting up with
Shouldn't Launton?
yeah, I'm sitting up with blankets on me right now, but you know, don't want to sit around and being completely useless. So, just for the sake
You're
of doing
literally
something.
poisoned almost to death. I think you can.
I have no idea. You all said that while I was asleep. I don't even know
That's
that you had
right.
some sort of curse episode. All I know
Yeah,
is I
that's
got
right.
hurt and went down.
Yeah, and I won't be telling you about the curse episode, you know. That's ink on her hands, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So,
Well-
I want to eat. Oh, you know what I want to do? We're far from water. I know that. And there's ways of dealing with that. There's a way of keeping a stone in your mouth, but one better is there are succulent plants that have a moisture to them. You can actually cut them in half, put them in your mouth, and it just keeps the saliva going and makes you feel a little less parched. So I'd like to look for succulents in this forest close by, so I don't have to go far. Just to help
It'll
with
be a
the
scan roll?
water issue. Scan.
Mhm.
Oh, Gandalf is on my side.
Okay. So Launton, yeah, you're able to find some some succulents, just to kind of, keep you mildly hydrated.
Yeah, it's more of a trick for the mind than anything else. I think that sitting up, I literally look around and they're right next to me, and I'm like, oh great. Pick them up and just sort of show them to everybody and be like, you can, if you just cut off the ends of these and you put them in your mouth, it's got a bit of a sweet flavor to it. Not very sweet, but it should, just don't chew it up and don't swallow it. Just keep it in your mouth and suck on it a little bit. It'll help with. No, you won't feel as parched. And then I start cutting little bits off of the succulents.
Yeah, there's not too much that you find. It's just a little bit, really.
Yeah.
It's enough for yourself, maybe.
For myself.
Oh.
Okay, so I pull. I'd say that I get the plant. I'm very excited. I explain this to everybody. I pick it up and realize that a fair amount of it is rotten.
Oh. That's all right. I'm not that thirsty anyway. You take it.
Well, I'm not going to take it. No, I mean.
No, you're just going to take it. You look at you.
Who among
I
us
love
is
you.
the most
I love
thirsty?
you. Well, it doesn't matter who among us is the most thirsty. You're the most near dead, so you're going to take it, and you're going to not argue anymore.
Pish posh. I'll only do it so we're not to be arguing. But
Right,
I'm
okay,
not near
alright.
dead.
There you go. Yeah. Well,
Pop it in
It
my
is not a matter of thirst. The more water goes through your body, the faster you can flush the poison from you and we can move again.
that's
What
right.
poison?
The water.
They shot you with a poison arrow, Lawton.
But did you not tell
Shot
him
you
he
right
was
through the
poisoned?
heart.
What? All right, whatever. I'm not shot
It's
with
very
being
dramatic.
ridiculous. Shot through the heart.
You're to blame too.
Yeah, I know.
It was you.
You know what? I don't even look at my wound. I immediately. Well, can I do
Give
an
your hobbits
insight
a
roll
bad
to see?
name.
Because it sounds like they're bantering for jokes right now.
Sure, make an insight roll.
You
Oh, I-
could tell from the confusion
You know
on my
everything.
face that
Yeah,
Like-
I think you recognize that I'm doing the banter I usually do with you, or I've always done, but I'm doing it a little bit more than normal, and so you can tell that I'm quite
You're
actually
overcompensating.
terrified. Yeah, I'm quite terrified. Yeah.
I think I lift my shirt up and look at the wound. My face goes white, and then I just sort of put it away, and I just sit there for a minute. I'm not going to.
if it were going to kill you, it already would have. So you are fortunate. But still, drink much water. Flush the poison from your body as quickly as you can, as you cannot travel in that condition.
Okay. Yeah. Attempt to drink my water. I'll probably drink a lot of my water. Drink it down quite greedily.
Yeah, you can have my canteen as well.
And
It's
now, on
mostly
that
full.
note... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying he can have my canteen as well. It's mostly full.
And now, on that note, I will walk to the pond with the salty water and bring some back to clean.
Thank you.
I
Don't
imagine.
get eaten while I'm gone.
I imagine, by the way, it's probably like not salt. It's probably something like algae or something. that
Yeah.
is
It's
going on.
a heavy brine
Well,
water from
I
Yeah,
had-
briny,
stagnant.
salty. Yeah.
Whatever. I had to make something up because I had already
Yeah.
said I found a fishing hole, and you're like, "There's no water nearby." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I got fish, but there's no water."
Yeah. I like that salty brine from algae.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, you get some
If
some
if it's
bath
salt-
water that things can live in. So
if it's like briny algae water, would boiling it even help?
Oh,
So,
it won't
to-
taste great, but
to
you can
get-
boil the bacteria out of it.
depending on, all right, how sciencey do we want? Depending on the composition
You know what?
of the
You know
water.
what? I
Lord of the
retract the
Rings.
question,
Well,
and I walk to the river.
you need to create a still like
Mirggles wants to
surface
know.
for the boiling to
Mhm.
get to the and then drip off of whatever the
Oh.
steam gets to in order to get that out. You'd be killing the bacteria. You'd be removing some of the saltiness, if it is salty, and it would still taste like shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be very good. but it'd be all right for him,
I'd
for
be
his
all
purposes. Yeah.
Yep.
Regardless, you're gonna probably get 2 trips before night falls.
Right. And we're not traveling at night, are we?
Strider suggested not.
Okay, so then we get to sleep and we get another bit of hope. Is that right?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, assuming nothing comes for us in the middle of the night. I ate all my pocket cheese, don't worry, they can't smell nothing.
I think they can if you ate all the pocket cheese.
Oh.
Or like Toodles.
Toodles, Threadgoode. Oh yeah,
That
Toodles.
works. Yeah, that
Toodles
one's
better.
When I was a young warthog.
Toddles.
Uh-huh.
You were on lookout.
Yeah.
Please make an awareness roll. Okay.
Sorry.
Night falls.
I fall asleep?
You made the nightfall.
You think? What do you think I'm doing? Because I'm distracted. I
It's
don't
up to
think I
you.
would fall asleep. Yeah, I don't think I would fall asleep. I think I just... Can it be something I don't recognize the sound of? So I'm thinking like, oh, that's a lovely bird song.
Like the most
Yeah, it's like the most horrible fucking bird call. And I'm like, oh, look at that. That's one I haven't heard before. I wonder what
Actually-
that one's called.
I'd suggest I still have some paper and a coil. It's possible that I would have given that to you so you could write down different naming conventions for yourself. So you're just sitting there
So I'm just
on a rock
sitting
with
there
your leg
distracted,
kicking
yeah,
as
yeah.
you're writing them down.
And just so everyone can see, I struggle with lettering. Like, I don't think when I started this journey, I definitely didn't know really how to read very well. And Launton's been teaching me that. So I think throughout this journey, we've seen me sort of maybe sit down and struggle to write stuff. But now you're seeing that I'm getting fairly good at it. I like to think we've been on this journey for a while, and now I know how to, exactly what I'm doing. I don't ask Launton for help at all. I just show him when I'm done.
So this is probably the coldest night that you have experienced since you set out from the Shire on your trip here. There is a patter of rain that begins to fall, and it's just a hair above freezing after night falls tonight. So it's that super cold rain that when it hits your skin makes you immediately want to grab 12 blankets.
That I have.
I think I'm huddled by my horse. And kind of protecting him with my coat.
And I think the sounds of this barking in the distance catch your attention. Toddles. You don't see anything, but you hear something. You hear this barking.
Wait, is that a dog or a wolf? Who's awake? Is there anybody awake, or is it just me? Phew.
Huh?
Would you say that that's like a dog or a wolf man or a wolf?
Kind of leaning towards option number 3.
Just a plain old wolf.
Loremaster,
What
would
do
I
you
be
think
able to... I did it...
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just asking the Loremaster if he would happen to open my brain up to know if I know what I'm hearing.
Okay, you do that and then I'll continue.
All right. Loremaster, would I happen to know what the sound of that barking was?
You can make an insight or a lore roll. I'm going to give you a minus
Lore roll.
1.
-1.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, sounds to me like it could be 2 dogs.
Do you think, like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, do you think we'd know for sure if we called back, if we just started barking, or is that a bad idea?
You reckon they'd come this way, or we'd kind of...
I think
maybe
they'd just
perhaps-
bark back and they'd think, oh, those are dogs over there. We shouldn't bother going over there.
I wouldn't do something like that. I don't speak dog. What if you say
Me
the wrong
either.
thing?
But do you speak wolf?
Not really, you know, like,
Maybe Anduin does. I know they're
Maybe.
more bears and not wolves, and that was a mistake we made in the very beginning, thinking he was a wolf man.
I'm sure he'd do at least conversational wolf, you know, like, how do you do and all that.
Like that?
I'm sure it's mostly sniffing, though.
I don't know how to sniff. How do you do? Okay, I'll wake him up.
Right. Be bad manners to sniff without, you know,
Anduin!
getting the right message across.
Anduin! Anduin!
Antoine is not in his bed.
Anduin?
You don't suppose...
Anduin's not here!
You don't suppose he's the wolf barking right now?
I don't think so. I don't think he
Come
would
to
leave.
think of it, have you ever seen Anduin sleep?
Yes, all the time.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Okay, hold on now. This is concerning. Now I
Hello.
Oh,
Hey. It's
where
raining.
were you? It's raining. Do you hear the dog wolf things? And do you know wolf?
Do I know a man named Wolf or
No, do you know how to speak wolf?
what? Wolf
That's
is not
not-
a language.
It isn't.
Don't
well, what
be
are they doing
ridiculous,
then?
Toddles.
I shoot Ryuth a look of absolute betrayal and then cross my arms.
What?
Just me being a silly hobbit, I guess.
I
It's
wouldn't
okay.
know.
I've gotten quite used to it. It's fine. But yes, I was off to go get water. And
You weren't supposed to
boy,
do that at night.
Right, Strider told me not to, but I see better at night than anyone else. It made more sense to me to do it now.
Hey, well, have you seen anything? Because we're hearing this weird sound out there.
Okay, perhaps let's hold that thought and catch this water. It's cleaner than that is in the pond. That's why I rushed back. Take all of our cooking pots out and set them up.
I can't pick up a cooking pot while I'm holding this thought.
Very well, release the thought.
Okay, it's gone now.
Well, then you weren't holding it very well,
Okay,
were you?
I got it. Well, you told me to release it. I just let it go. I don't even know what it was anymore. But now I'm holding 2 pots. And my canteen. Oh, and my canteen.
I feel I've lost my thoughts too. Right.
Well, I guess you weren't holding it very well either.
Just going to set these pots out. There we go. This rainwater will be much cleaner than that nasty pond water, and it will be easier to boil it. This is good. Good
And
fortune smiles on us that it rains tonight.
Ah, and I'm using the leaves to funnel water into the canteens, because we would know that. Erin is telling me right now. We're doing that. I'm filling everybody's up, by the way, even the people sleeping.
Strider sort of rush into the scene here.
Oh, okay.
Lightly stepping on some of the not so noisy steps in the ruins, approaching you all, and says, "I heard the sounds of some creatures. I believe to be wolves."
Oh,
Maybe them, yes.
that was the woo.
Ah, okay, so not dogs, but of course, yes, aye,
Of course.
aye.
Do you know Wolf, Mr. Strider?
Excuse me.
Is it not a language? Like wolf?
Not one that I know.
Oh,
What was that
now.
look?
well, it's like, how are they communicating then if they're not using a language?
Well, I
They're
mean,
c-
of course
Are they
they're
just
using a
making
language.
sound?
Perhaps it is best that we do not make much sound of ourselves.
Fine.
For now, we must keep our eyes open. Remain resting. But I want more lookouts. We shall make sure that every point of entry into this camp is overlooked. Yes?
Okay.
If this is in fact these wolfmen, or even if it is normal wolves, they already know exactly where we are. They will have smelled us from miles away. So we can keep watch to ensure they do not attack us, but there's no point trying to remain hidden.
If they move like wolves, they will come in a pack. And they will be smart. So we must keep a vigil.
Right. Okay.
We're keeping vigil. Wolves. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. It's all right though. I speak wolf.
Loremaster, is this area forested? Are there
Oh,
trees
it's
here?
Heavy forest, yes.
Right. Wolves
And it-
cannot climb trees.
And again,
So if they...
you are this is the ruins of what appears to be like a fortress. So there's a lot of debris, there's a lot of weathered stone, and a lot of like collapsed walls. There's lots of stuff around here. There's walls with windows, and some windows that are, you know, just partially there, that have walls that have collapsed. And there's a lot of mud now, since the rain is starting.
Right. Well, wolves are clever, but they do have weaknesses. They cannot climb, for example. So if we have our hobbits with bows up in the trees, they should be mostly safe. And a pack of wolves will not often attack a pack of humans. They prefer to take down isolated prey. I do not think they will bother us. But who knows? This is the Trollshaws. Perhaps they're more aggressive here.
Or perhaps they're not. Perhaps they're very friendly and they'll invite us to tea, and that's the secret of the mountain.
One can only hope. Since I slept during the day, I am wide awake now. I will find a vantage point and keep an eye out.
Do not stray too far. Always within sight of each other. Does everyone
think-
understand?
Yeah. Understood.
I think that I won't be following Andarwin, but under Strider's word, I shall also be patrolling, but in such a way that I can see where Andarwin is going, but, you know, trying to extend his field of view.
I would likely climb up onto the ruins of this fortress where I can get a wide sweeping view of the area, and
Sure. I'll
I
tell
will
you what.
stay at the bottom because climbing is not what I do.
Let's have a roll and see how high you can get. It is a ruined fortress, so I don't know how high up it would go.
Can
but
I
let's roll for it.
also roll to climb? And hopefully I don't fall and pants myself.
So I want to roll to see how much of this fortress is left.
Oh,
So
it's
to see how
climbable.
high,
Okay,
yeah,
all
like
right.
to see how high you can get up.
Then I can climb. Okay.
So let's have one
Need-
person roll to see how high up the fortress is, and this will probably just be. I will take a few different options. I will say either battle, I will say explore, or scan.
I won't be doing any of those. So if somebody wants
I am-
70 instance.
I am not half bad at
Explore.
scan and explore as options, but if anybody excels at these, perhaps they would rather roll it.
I'm
Well, I
weary, but I could do a battle roll. I've got 4 pips in it, so it's a gamble.
Is it a favorite
got
skill
3.
for you?
No.
I've
About
got
you,
3 in
Piper?
explore, and it's favored.
And it's... Yes, by all means, I think you're the best candidate.
I agree.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Okay. There's really
sorry.
not a fantastic vantage point here. There is a lot of ruins. There's a lot of places to kind of hide in the nearby area. You were all just so exhausted that this was the best camping spot that you could find before you passed out, essentially. Now, does that mean that it is easy to attack? Probably not, but it's also probably easy to hide or be stealthy in either case. There's a
Okay.
lot of places to sort of hide amongst these ruins and things, which is a worry. So there's not a great vantage point is what I'm getting at. I'm going to say that
Yeah.
awareness rolls, in this case, will be at a -1.
Very well. Sorry, which roll is a -1?
Awareness.
Awareness.
I think even with the penalty, awareness is still my cultural specialty. I can hopefully
Okay.
spot anything incoming anyway.
All right.
You need me to roll that now?
Yeah. Let's have everybody that is taking vigil, and let's just get, before we do that, before we roll, I just want to kind of get the idea of where everybody is situated in this situation.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, so we have to fight. God.
What
Not
Strider,
necessarily.
what Strider has suggested is that everyone should be within sight of each other.
Okay. I think that for the awareness roll, I would definitely like to do this as well. And I would like to ask if I could use keen-eyed as a distinctive feature to help out in this situation.
If you have keen-eyed, yeah, definitely.
Does that what does that do again? Does
You
that,
can spend hope on yourself, and you get 2 bonus dice instead of 1.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm still wary. It's still such a gamble. No, I won't use it then. But yeah, I'll also use awareness. I think I've gotten up and I've gone to a big crack in the wall and I'm looking out.
Okay. So Lawton is kind of staying near the ruins, just kind of looking through a wall. Anduin, what about you?
I think we probably keep our injured people towards the center, and then our healthier people out on watch. I would be situated on the opposite side from wherever Strider is, as I know he has keen senses, and I'll move to the opposite side to maximize our coverage.
Very well.
I
Leo?
wanted to climb up top, but it sounds like this fortress is too crumbled and not safe to climb.
Yeah.
So I'll just be down on ground level opposite Strider instead.
Okay. Riot, where do you think you are?
I said I was following Andao into the tower, so if he's around there, then I'm not too far from him. There was mention of having the injured close to the center, so with my less than half endurance, I think I'm going to probably be not so far ahead this time around, but we'll see. It really depends on what's coming our way. But close enough to the front line that I will be able to be useful.
Very well. Toddles?
I would like to be as high as possible with my bow.
Okay. So, Strider is probably positioning himself like there is a watchtower that has been collapsed, and really only like the bottom of it remains, and there's kind of like a wall, and it has a like a murder hole in the bottom of the wall. That's what they're called.
A murder hole?
Yeah.
Is that really what they're called?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's made to like fire out and be really hard to aim into.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hole that's made for murdering through.
Yep.
It's quite literally the hole through which you murder the invaders when they try to get into your castle.
Right.
It's a great name.
Incredible. I love that.
It's more manslaughter than murder, isn't it?
No, it's very intentional,
There's-
actually.
There's intention. Yeah. There's
No, I'm just saying slaughtering the men.
premeditation,
I'm being literal.
oh, right.
The homicide reticule.
So that's probably the area that's highest up, and Strider's there right now.
Okay, well, can I be second highest up?
Sure. Let's have you do an athletics check.
Okay. I really shouldn't use hope for this, but I kind of want to. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna be the sensible one and not do it. Did I fail?
You did.
Oh! It's raining and slippery and I couldn't get up there.
You all maybe hear some like rubble like,
Drat!
fall. There's
Darn it.
some chunks of ruin that like fall down the cliff across the switchback and like make some tumbling noises to the ground down below. What about you, Piper?
I think Ryuth is with Anduin, correct?
Aye.
Not so far from Anduin.
Not too far.
In that case, I think I might be not too far from Strider to kind of even out the spread of potential, protectors.
Okay. Okay. Now, each of you please make an awareness roll. And again,
Oh,
wait a minute. -1 bonus die.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
He's
That's
sitting there
with the
with your
-1.
finger on the trigger.
I was ready. I
That's-
figured I'm going to fail. I rolled.
Oh, I failed for
Well,
all of us, I
Lawton's-
suppose.
Lawton's roll was pretty incredible to succeed that.
There was
And
a
then Piper got a Gandalf rune. Very lucky.
there was 2 successes, 2 extra successes from Launton.
So if I fail this, we might still be okay.
Even with a -1, I still got a great success on my
I'm
awareness.
sorry, I didn't do a -1. Please hold.
Oh, that was just.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ryoth is the only one that has failed. There are 2 extra successes from Launton and 1 extra success from Anduin. How would you like to spend your extra successes?
I'll
It's okay
negate.
if you don't help me out.
No. I think it's important. I'll negate Ryoth's. I think that narratively, he's staying a little bit back behind where Anduin is, and I was definitely approaching the wall. I'm probably next to him, and I'm looking in the similar direction as Ryoth, so I'm able to point his attention in a direction one way or the other as I see things. So just to help. And the other one is just extra insight, if I could.
All of you, in the darkness, see the reflection of glowing eyes looking from bushes. There's this sense of predators watching you. waiting for a moment that you might not see. A moment where someone leaves the group. A newborn they can snatch away. You notice this in the bushes and trees around you, in the rain. You hear Strider's voice just quietly and forcefully say, "There are many that watch us."
How many?
I am unsure, but this pack has found us.
Fiddlesticks!
They will
Steal
wait.
your
Wait a
nerve.
scare.
They
okay.
will wait until they see some sort of opening. When one of us looks away, that is when they will strike.
So, you just look in that direction, eh? No blinking, Toddles.
It is a test of endurance now.
Hey,
Aye.
Steal your nerve. The scent of fear. They are attracted to it. They are likely here in the first place because they smell Rio's blood.
Oh, come on now, my blood doesn't reek that bad.
It's not a
Can we
reek.
scare them?
They are hungry.
I suppose I am a tasty morsel.
I am sure they
Would
would
fire
agree.
scare them?
I have a question.
In this rain, no, I don't think so.
With my extraordinary success being what it is, and this is going to be entirely selfish.
You had one that you spent on Rio's.
Mm-hmm. And the other was for insight. I'm curious if I can see where their eyes are tracking at all. If they are looking at each one of us. Specifically, my wondering is because I'm poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
And I know animals have keen senses. I'm actually curious how much danger I'm in, because I'm still incredibly hurt and close to death.
Everybody's in a lot of danger right now. Especially you and the other hobbits.
Okay.
I will say out loud. Well, no, actually, no. I don't want to say anything first. I'd like to roll stealth if I could.
What are you rolling for?
I'm attempting to not be a problem for everyone else. I know that I'm not going to be much help or much use, and I don't want to be a liability either. So I'm attempting to use my hobbit abilities to almost disappear into the stone and the rubble and whatnot.
Please make a stealth roll.
Oh, a success.
Okay.
Now, I have a virtue, or no, well, yeah, it's a virtue. Art of Disappearing. which says, if a location or situation offers even the smallest opportunity to hide or sneak silently away, make a stealth roll. If you get one or more successes, you can spend one to simply disappear. Now, I don't know if that means extra on top or just the original themselves. The original success.
This is your special hobbit bullshit.
Yeah.
I think hobbits throughout their existence are used to being the prey. This is your defense mechanism.
Wow.
Okay. I quietly say to everyone that I know I'm very much in danger. I will be here, even if you don't see me. And I take the blankets, roll them in the mud and the dirt, and I sink into everything. And you wouldn't know anything was there.
Okay, whatever you said. Where'd he go?
I'm still here.
It's just hiding.
Yeah.
I see. Of course, I see. Over there.
Yeah, you got it.
Now, everyone is very tense right now, anticipating a moment of weakness on either side. This is kind of a battle of wits and endurance. It's pushing your senses to the max and seeing who breaks first. What I'd like for each of you is to make a roll for me.
Oh.
What role do we think that this is?
Courtesy. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Unless
I'm thinking it's probably either awareness or battle. That's my thought here. This is kind of like endurance and how long you're able to withstand the pressure of this mental fatigue.
I take your awareness and I posit. Oh.
Not from what I've seen thus far. I'm going to say no on that one.
No offense taken.
Does this include me as well? Sunken into the mud, as I am.
No, you have made a different choice.
All right.
all right.
Okay. Rolling
I'll go with
awareness.
battle.
Is this all of us rolling, or is this one?
Yes.
Very well.
I will say awareness or
Failure.
battle.
No, it's very bad. It's not good.
2 ones.
I need to roll very well here to compensate for some not so great rolls.
Roll 2 great successes.
I am going to invoke my distinctive feature of just being very abnormally tall. I am very imposing. That combined with the battle of wills with these creatures, and I want to stare back at them with my own nighttime glowing eyes, actually.
You can You can get 2 bonus die if you spend your hope.
I will spend a point of hope for this. And hopefully that is enough.
Exactly what he needed.
Oh,
Oh,
Extra
yes,
successes.
that's a roll. 2 extra successes on top of a Gandalf rune.
In totals, an awareness or a battle roll.
Yep. Definitely gonna be awareness. Oh,
Oh,
Now,
sorry.
one of us has to fail.
All of
Anduin.
us failed, except
No,
for
but one
Anduin.
has to, because
Anduin.
Darwin has the 2 successes, so 2 can get reverted.
Right.
Oh,
how would you like to spend your extra 2 successes, Anduin?
If I can cancel out the others' failures, there's that option, but I guess it...
You have 3
Is it
failures and 2 extra successes.
I see that. Is it possible that I can scare the wolves off on my own, I wonder? Well, if just one of us out of many fails, hopefully that's not immediately going to lead to a terrible outcome here. So I will cancel 2 of the failures.
Okay, and whose?
I will make up for the other ones. Rio and Piper.
That's the right call.
Okay.
Given my role, I will describe it as I simply mirror their posture and stand there as motionless as they are, staring right back at them for basically as long as they want to stay. I slept during the day. I am wide awake now at night, and I will just fold my arms and stare back at them with the same yellow glowing eyes that they have, daring them to make a move.
And move they do. On Toddles. Creeping up behind you, Toddles, you don't notice. A wolf padding along. Before you hear a growl.
Is that my stomach?